pull up the stock price of BHEL because the numbers are fairly disappointing. And ET Now poll was expecting that the profits would come in at 1,400 crore rupees. This time around, the profits have come in at 1,270 crore rupees. Not just that, we've also managed to garner details with respect to their top-line growth, and that too is below what the street was expecting. 10,399 crore rupees is what BHEL has clocked in the second quarter. Remember, all in all, it was expected to be fairly sluggish for BHEL, given that there haven't been any substantial order inflows for the company of late. Margins also are expected to decline for BHEL at close to 17.2% versus 19% in the last year on account of the execution of low-margin projects. Though they did announce within the quarter gone by an order worth 1,200 crore rupees from NPCIL, we are expecting this time around that the power revenues too will drop. EBITDA margins, though, have come in marginally ahead of what the street was expecting. So while I pointed out a 17.2% figure that we were expecting, it's come in a little higher at 18.2%. BHEL not reacting well to its numbers. It's cracked and now in the red by 1.5%. Let's get in Radhika Gupta, Director, Forefront Capital Management, to join in to talk about these results as well as her overall view on the markets. Radhika, to start off with, what's your assessment of the BHEL numbers?
They're a weak set of numbers, but I don't think they're much weaker than expectations. No secret that capital goods has had a weaker, has had a weak run. Orders across the street have been weak, whether it's L&T, BHEL, I think to a larger extent. And to your point, margins have been falling in this space, so that is a hit on PAT. I think the PAT numbers are a little weaker than expected. I think revenues are not as bad as the street is making them out to be. So factoring the fact that this has been a tough couple of quarters for this sector, I don't think it's such a dismal set of numbers.
Apart from that, what have you made of the earnings season that has gone by so far, particularly for the FMCG sector as well as banking?
Again, I think it's been a relatively good earnings season. As far as, at least at Forefront, our expectations from earnings were relatively muted or bearish, one can say. If you look at sort of the major segments, private bank numbers across the board have been pretty reasonable. I mean, look at Kotak Bank, for instance, a good set of numbers there. FMCG, I would say, has been more of a mixed bag, but we haven't been looking at FMCG as a sector primarily because of the stretched valuations there. IT, pockets of IT have shown promise. So I don't think it's been such a bad set of numbers. Reliance Industries has been average. So across the heavyweights, it's not such a bad set of numbers.
Well, we do have some more details with respect to the outstanding order book. That's at 1.2 lakh crores as of September 30th. But let's get in Darshan Mehta, who tracks the sector very closely, to break down BHEL's Q2 earnings for us. Darshan.
See, what has happened, Avan, at this point of time, operationally BHEL, the numbers aren't bad, but it's the other income which has come in significantly lower that has caused this big drop. So if you're seeing the other income, that has come in at 130 crores versus 300 crores that they have been doing over the past few quarters. On the sales front, yes, we were anticipating around 11,350 crores. They've done 10,300 and 10,400. On the sales front, it's not good. On the profit front, you're seeing 1,400 crores was our expectation. They've done it at almost 1,274 crores. But operationally, if you check it, margins have come in at almost 18.2% versus expectation of 17.2%. So it's a mixed bag, because what has happened, the other factor is that, the power revenues have gone up and the power margins have gone up. So power margins last time was 16.9%. They have come in at 19.7%. This is the mainstay of BHEL, Every time power is the biggest portfolio for BHEL, and the revival is being seen here. So that could be one of the positives that the market could take in. Industrials, that has actually gone down. The margins have gone down to 21.3% versus 27% last time. Even on the revenue front, industry has come in at almost 2,000 crores versus almost 2,900 crores. So clearly it's a mixed bag. On one hand, the numbers have been subdued because of lower other income. Sales file, it is down because of lower industry growth. But the positive that the market could take in from BHEL is operation wise BHEL has done a decent job, and power which was the biggest concern for BHEL at this point of time, that has seen a revival as far as both the revenues as well as margins.
Thanks very much, Darshan, for breaking it down for us. So as Darshan pointed out, it's the other income that would be the big devil in the detail, which has come in fairly low at 130 crore rupees versus a sustained 330 that they were clocking in. But the power revenues have come in and surpassed par. Margins have come in at 19.7%. Industrials has disappointed. Take a look at BHEL. It's reeling under pressure, and initially it was down by just about 1%, but now already 3% off for the counter. Radhika, does that bring any respite, the fact that the power revenues as well as the overall margin picture for BHEL has come in healthy in the second quarter?
Yes, certainly, and more so the fact that, much of the damage has been caused by other income, it's a little bit of a mysterious item, and the, core operations have not been in bad shape. I think power is an important stay of the business. And if the margin picture is positive, that only sends positive signals for BHEL. It is probably, given the kind of fall we're seeing in BHEL stock right now, probably an interesting opportunity to look at from a buying perspective.
Right, but Radhika, to the extent that the margin picture still looks much better than what the street was expecting, would you say that pricing power still remains strong, and that like many capital goods manufacturers have been saying in the past, that possibly the worst quarters are now behind them and that things could only look better? Based on all of that, would you say that some of these capital goods stocks are a convincing buy at current levels? Absolutely,
absolutely. I think, as I said, the industry has gone through a lot. BHEL, as the numbers are indicating, and as many other points of reference has still got a fair amount of pricing power. I mean, the kind of things both L&T and BHEL have seen for their order book in the last couple of quarters have been tough. And I do believe, people talk about infra and that story. I do believe if one has to play that resource and infra story, rather than playing it with small speculative infra names, why not look at the capital goods majors like BHEL and L&T at good valuations? In the long term, they have to be a good buy.
And, the general consensus, Radhika, is that BHEL will continue to see 2 more years of poor performance. Things will only look up from FY16 onwards. With respect to the kind of weak sectoral background that we've seen for the overall sector, what's your opinion?
See, given the background for the sector, I still think capital goods is a good, bull market play whenever you believe that bull market would come. As far as BHEL, L&T, I would pick L&T over BHEL. Stronger management quality, and L&T's ability to execute has always been a notch above there. But BHEL in itself is not a bad buy either.
Okay, Radhika, then we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining in and assessing the BHEL numbers in greater detail, as well as giving us your view of the overall earnings season. Clearly disappointed is the verdict on the BHEL numbers. It's now off by 3% at 234. Keep monitoring that stock. We'll have to see if some stability kicks in or not.